too floppy. They don't do anything properly. They're just...
Responded to the criticism about him being too tough on his ear Charles. He said, he's a...
want to come because Gail's also a friend of mine. No, to be with a failure. And that's it, basically. So she's...
When Oprah Winfrey takes the stage, the world listens. But nobody, absolutely nobody, expected what happened next. In a live broadcast that had viewers clutching their teacups, Oprah did the unthinkable. She publicly apologized to Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Yes, the very Oprah who once handed Meghan Markle the microphone that set fire to the royal family has now flipped the script. With measured words and piercing honesty, Oprah admitted that some of Meghan's explosive claims were exaggerated, unverified, and in certain cases just plain misleading. The fallout was instant. Catherine's reputation skyrocketed, Meghan's credibility crumbled, and social media erupted in a frenzy. This wasn't just a correction. This was a dismantling of a carefully constructed narrative, broadcast to millions in real time. For Meghan, the silence that followed spoke louder than any statement could. For Catherine, it was a crowning moment of triumph, dignity, and undeniable class.
want to come because Gail's also a friend of mine. No, to be with a failure. And that's it, basically. So she's had it. And it must absolutely upset her.
The power of live television cannot be underestimated, and Oprah knows it better than anyone. So when she stepped onto that stage and delivered a direct apology to Catherine, jaws dropped worldwide. This wasn't a subtle correction hidden in a magazine column or a carefully crafted press release. This was Oprah Winfrey, queen of daytime media, acknowledging in real time that the 2021 Meghan and Harry interview went too far. Her words were clear. The narrative presented then wasn't the full story, and Catherine had been unfairly cast as the villain. Gasps filled living rooms across the globe as people realized the weight of what was being said. Oprah wasn't just speaking for herself. She was reshaping years of royal drama. For Meghan, watching from California, it must have felt like betrayal. For Catherine, it was vindication on the grandest scale possible. A media earthquake had just struck.
Cito and absolutely loved her has turned, and also this other website now is saying, why do Meghan Markle's media projects keep failing?
For years, Meghan's narrative painted Catherine as cold, uncaring, and even cruel. But with Oprah's apology, that carefully curated image shattered in seconds. Suddenly, Catherine wasn't the mean princess who made Meghan cry. She was the composed future queen who endured personal attacks with grace. Oprah highlighted Catherine's dignity, her poise, and her commitment to family privacy. Viewers who once saw Catherine as aloof began to see her as a steadying force, a woman unfairly dragged through the mud. Social media exploded with memes celebrating her as the true queen of class, while Meghan's tears began to look selective and performative. Overnight, the tide of public opinion shifted dramatically. Catherine's resilience was celebrated, her charity work elevated, and her personal struggles reframed as proof of strength. In one live moment, Catherine emerged not as the villain of Meghan's story, but as the heroine of her own. The crowd was on her side.
This is on the what is it? I've forgotten.
Oh, what do you mean?
Polo. This is
Polo,
yeah.
polo, yes, terrible polo.
With polo.
One of Meghan's most dramatic revelations in 2021 was the claim that Catherine made her cry during a dispute over flower girl dresses. The press latched onto it, framing Catherine as a cold-hearted royal tormentor. But Oprah's apology rewrote that entire narrative. With receipts in hand, she clarified that both women had cried. Yes, both. And that Catherine had even attempted to make peace behind the scenes. Meghan's version of the story had been one-sided, twisted into a sob tale for maximum sympathy. Oprah's words set the record straight. Catherine was no villain. Instead, she was a young mother caught in a stressful wedding moment. Just like Meghan. The mean Kate narrative crumbled instantly, and Meghan's credibility took another public blow. Fans online rejoiced, tweeting lines like, "Kate didn't make Meghan cry. Meghan lied." It was a brutal reality check, one that Meghan's PR team had no idea how to spin.
I go up to the king and I'm going to go, how do you feel about Harry and what he did?
It says specifically, do not ask the monarch about Harry and Meghan.
I mean, look, I guess he could have been joking. He could have been joking.
Perhaps the most damaging claim Meghan ever made was that members of the royal family expressed concerns about her unborn son Archie's skin tone. It ignited an international firestorm, with accusations of racism echoing around the globe. But during her apology, Oprah dropped a bombshell. The infamous remark was a single, isolated comment, not evidence of systemic racism. Harry himself had admitted this later, but the damage had already been done. Oprah confessed that in 2021, she underestimated just how viral and destructive the story would become. By giving Meghan a platform without deeper fact-checking, she inadvertently amplified a family misunderstanding into a global scandal. Now, years later, the truth was revealed live on air. For Catherine and the royal family, it was vindication. For Meghan, it was devastating. Overnight, her most powerful claim crumbled into dust, leaving behind a trail of mistrust and shattered credibility.
I know you do get certain instructions when you do go to meet royalty. That does happen. I don't know, saying that I think is like a little dig at Harry.
For Meghan Markle, controlling the narrative has always been her greatest weapon. From glossy Netflix specials to polished magazine spreads, every word was chosen to reinforce her version of events. But Oprah's apology shattered that control. Watching from California, insiders claim Meghan was in silent shock, scrambling to figure out a response. Yet the facts were stacked against her. Every correction Oprah made undermined Meghan's carefully constructed victim persona. Stories that once painted her as a brave truth-teller now looked exaggerated, selective, and manipulative. Social media users weren't subtle. One viral tweet read, "Meghan's lies just got exposed live." Kate just won the crown of class for Meghan. This wasn't just a bad headline. It was a complete dismantling of her credibility. For the first time, the world wasn't buying her version of events. Her silence in the aftermath only confirmed what everyone suspected. She had been caught.
Publishing the picture between King Charles's PR and the Sussex PR to attempting to involve Prince William in it, claiming he would approve.
Oprah didn't just apologize, she elevated Catherine. In front of millions, she celebrated Catherine's charity work, her hands-on parenting, and her quiet dignity in the face of relentless public scrutiny. This wasn't filler talk. It was a coronation moment. Catherine wasn't just being defended. She was being crowned in the court of public opinion as the queen in waiting. Social media lit up with admiration. Fans flooded timelines with side-by-side comparisons. Meghan's dramatics versus Catherine's serene poise. Memes called her the calm in the royal storm. For once, the headlines weren't about Meghan's victimhood, but Catherine's resilience. Oprah's spotlight highlighted Catherine's mental health advocacy, her Shaping Us campaign, and her ability to balance motherhood with royal duties. It was a masterclass in public image. The woman once mocked as Weighty Katie was now celebrated as a role model. Catherine had officially won the crown of class, and the world noticed.
Responded to the criticism about him being too tough on his heir Charles. He said, "He's a romantic, and I'm a pragmatist. That means we do see things differently."
The internet doesn't wait, and Oprah's apology was instant fuel for a digital wildfire. Within minutes, hashtags like Kate Won and Meghan Exposed were trending worldwide. Memes flooded timelines, many showing Catherine sipping tea calmly while chaos erupted around her. Polls popped up across social platforms, asking who seemed more trustworthy, more queenly, more grounded. Catherine dominated every single one. TikTok compilations contrasted Meghan's emotional breakdowns with Catherine's composed public appearances, racking up millions of views. On Instagram, side-by-side photos captured the contrast. Meghan's exaggerated expressions versus Catherine's serene smile. Twitter exploded with comments like, "Finally, someone sees Kate for the queen she really is." The shift was undeniable. Catherine's stock skyrocketed, while Meghan's credibility tanked. For years, Meghan had weaponized social media to amplify her side of the story. But now, the very platform she relied on had turned against her, crowning Catherine as the people's queen.
Too floppy. They don't do anything properly. They're just floppy, which I think is, a horrible thing to have heard about.
After Oprah's apology, all eyes turned to Meghan for a response. But none came. Days passed, and the silence grew louder than any statement could. For a woman known for carefully crafted PR moves, this absence was telling. Analysts noted that silence often fuels suspicion, and the internet agreed. Fans speculated, was Meghan avoiding confrontation, or was she simply unable to spin a story with the facts so firmly against her? Even Harry's alleged frustration leaked, with insiders claiming he regretted how the drama had spiraled. Meghan's credibility was now in free fall, and her refusal to fight back made her look cornered. Meanwhile, Catherine's popularity soared. Every moment Meghan stayed quiet, Catherine's image grew brighter. In the ruthless world of public perception, silence isn't golden. It's damning. Meghan's lack of response all but confirmed the narrative. She had been caught exaggerating, and now she had no way out.
Which has caused quite a lot of consternation. Some suggestion that Meghan Markle purposefully wore a...
This apology wasn't just a turning point for Catherine, it was a redemption arc for Oprah herself. In 2021, critics accused her of fueling royal drama for ratings, giving Meghan a platform without enough scrutiny. But by 2025, Oprah reclaimed her credibility by openly admitting mistakes. She acknowledged that the interview spiraled beyond her control, unintentionally amplifying narratives that weren't entirely accurate. That kind of honesty is rare in celebrity journalism, and it paid off. Media outlets praised her transparency, commentators applauded her integrity, and audiences respected her for setting the record straight. Oprah managed to do the impossible. She defended Catherine while elevating her own reputation. She became the truth teller who wasn't afraid to admit when she got it wrong. In doing so, she reminded the world why she's still the gold standard of interviews and why her words carry so much power.
Because I don't see things as a romantic would. I'm, quote, unfeeling. This is one of the key differences we also see between King Charles and his heir William when it...
At the heart of Oprah's apology was a message about resilience. Catherine wasn't just surviving royal life, she was thriving in it. Oprah spotlighted her dedication to mental health advocacy, early childhood programs, and charitable work, painting a picture of a woman who leads with compassion, not drama. Catherine's quiet strength stood in stark contrast to Meghan's theatrics. She didn't need to cry on camera or exaggerate stories to earn sympathy. She simply kept working, kept smiling, and kept showing up. Palace insiders described her as the calm in the storm, balancing duty with motherhood and dignity under pressure. The public saw it too. For once, Catherine wasn't a supporting character in Meghan's narrative. She was the star of her own. Oprah's apology didn't just defend her, it redefined what modern royalty should look like: resilient, grounded, and quietly powerful. Catherine had officially arrived. Oprah's apology will go down as one of the most dramatic royal moments of the decade. In a single broadcast, years of speculation, rumor, and narrative spinning were turned upside down. Catherine, once painted as the cold and uncaring princess, emerged as the poised, compassionate future queen the public had been waiting for. Meghan, meanwhile, found her carefully crafted image unraveling in real time, with silence as her only response. Social media crowned Catherine the winner, memes celebrated her composure, and polls declared her the queen of class. Oprah herself walked away with renewed credibility, proving that truth, even when delayed, still matters. The monarchy, often battered by headlines, found new strength in Catherine's resilience. And Meghan, for her, this was the turning point she never saw coming. Some stories are too powerful to control, and in this case, the truth finally spoke louder than the tears. Catherine had won,